Hello and welcome to another episode of Nintendnews. Better late than ever. It was very close to being never. There's a fair amount to discuss here, so let's start doing that. Firstly, we need to talk about Zelda's pricing. Okay, look, I know it's a topic that everybody's talked about at this point, but in all fairness, I did plan to talk about it in Nintendnews a while back. I just didn't make that one, but here I am, talking about it. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is going to cost $70, which is the first Nintendo game to do so. Now, while Nintendo has gone out of their way to say this is just going to be a case-by-case basis, not all games will be priced like this, I am worried. There's already been enough discussions in the past about Nintendo's pricings. Of course, if you look at any of their re-releases slash remakes, everyone call them, half the time they aren't really, fitting of the term remake, but anytime you look at them, most people argue that it isn't worth the price they're putting on there, which is usually $60. With how they managed to justify The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword as a $60 game, they are definitely going to be pricing stuff at $70, a fair amount. Which, while that makes sense for PlayStation and Xbox with how really detailed the graphics are, we are still, stuck between the Xbox 360 and Xbox One here with the Switch. While I don't at all agree with games being $70, at least it does make sense on those platforms compared to the Switch, which is no. Okay, look, I love the system, okay? Well, parts of it, and I do love the games that are on it, but good god, not worth $70 whatsoever. What makes this all the more confusing is the fact that Breath of the Wild 2 bases itself off Breath of the Wild 1, not only with the engine, with the style, and with probably a handful of reused assets, but also, most importantly of all, the map. There's undoubtedly going to be a whole lot of changes, okay? There's going to be so many new features and so many new things to mess about with. It is going to be, still a fun new game. But, again, $70 when about half the work, maybe? I don't really know game development all too well. Half the work is already done for the game. It doesn't quite sit right with me. I will still be purchasing the game, and I'm still more than likely going to enjoy it. However, I am definitely worried about Nintendo's decision to do this and how they're going to approach it in the future. I don't want to see all your main guys, your Pokemon, Mario, and Zelda, all being this $70 every game now. I don't want that. One thing I do want though is Xbox games on Switch. Recently, there was a 10-year contract signed to bring Xbox to Nintendo gamers. They didn't say Switch, which means we're definitely getting a new system in the next 10 years. Yippee! So this is something to do with Xbox's recent purchase of the people who make Call of Duty. So now we're going to be getting that on Switch too. It's going to run horrendously, but hey, that's great for the 5 people who'd want that. There are 2 main things I hope come from this. 1, Rare Replay coming to Nintendo Switch. That would be amazing. Maybe even throw in Donkey Kong 64 in there as well. That could definitely work. And secondly, new Banjo game, baby. It's not happening. We are still in the very early days of this deal. It's 10 years long. We haven't even reached year 1. So we'll just have to sit back and wait and see what they do. But yeah, definitely something to look out for. And now, on to March 9th. The day in which everything ever in the history of forever is going to happen, because why not? So let's discuss the first thing that's announced for this day, and the reason why I did make this Nintendo news earlier. See, we got told that the final big new Super Mario Bros. Movie trailer, not new Super Mario Bros. Movie, you get it. The big new trailer for that will be coming out on the 9th, and they're holding a little direct for that thing. Now, before they announced that, I was working on Nintendo News where I discussed 2 of the new trailers. Well, okay, there's 4, but 3 of them came out right at the same time, so I kind of just put them all together, but anyway. So now, it's okay, do I just then afterwards make it a section? It didn't really make sense. Plus, the fact that I was dissecting Mario movie trailers in a Nintendo News also didn't really make sense. So, bye-bye those 2 topics. What do I talk about now? Zelda's $70 pricing and the 10-year contract to bring Xbox games to Nintendo gamers just wasn't gonna cut it for a decently sized video, so I just kinda had to sit on those topics. But hey, here we are now with a lot to discuss. So yeah, 9th of March, we're going to be receiving a brand new Mario movie trailer. Looking at the poster, it might center on Rainbow Road, maybe. I mean, that's what the poster for it is, but it could just be entirely not that. I quite like how the blue spiky shelled Koopa, who we've seen a couple times in promotional images and such, has actually went into their shell to chase after them to look like the blue shell from Mario Kart. It's a fun little detail, it's also fun and has detail? Mario Kart. We got the announcement of Wave 4 a while back. We all knew that Wave 4 would be coming eventually, but we only got told A, Birdo exists, and B, there's a Yoshi's Island map, and it looks amazing. However, recently we got told not only the release date, but all 8 courses which are going to be part of it. So let's talk them. Firstly, Amsterdam something or other. Another Tour 1. Don't really have anything to say about it. Just checked, and apparently it's called Amsterdam Drift. The windmills are cool, I guess. Yippee! Next we have one from Super Circuit. I haven't played Super Circuit, nor do I really care that much for it, but it does look nice, which is a theme going through with all of these, actually. DK Summit, the superior DK pass from Mario Kart DS. I like how this one looks. It's gonna be fun. That's kind of how all these are gonna be, but hey, I'm just glad they picked this one. It's a pretty nice track to bring back. The new Yoshi's Island one still looks really nice. We already know about it though, so let's move on to the next. It is another Tour 1 based off of a real-life place. I have completely forgotten the name of it, but I don't care. Just checked and I'm very disappointed in past me for forgetting it was called Bangkok Rush. Next, Mario Circuit from Mario Kart DS. Now, I don't hate this track. It's one of the most forgettable from that game, but it's not at all a bad one. But here's the issue. If you've been following along with the leaks and the rumors and all that garbage when it comes to the Booster Course Pass, you might have heard about the thing where they have all of the remaining numbers of tracks from each game. X amount of DS games, X amount of 3DS, you get the picture. Now, here's where the fun part comes in. Apparently, based off the leaks, I don't know them enough because I've been trying to avoid them, so I don't fully know if they're true or not, but according to the leaks, this is apparently the last DS track. If that is the case, I am going to cry. Luigi's Mansion, Airship Fortress, why aren't they here? Why Mario Circuit? Nobody is asking for Mario Circuit. I seriously do not understand why Nintendo has chose some of the most basic tracks to put into these. First Toad Circuit, then Mario Circuit 3, it's happening again and again and again. I don't understand why you've chose that. I just don't get it. What I do get though is the inclusion of Waluigi Stadium, and good god does it look really nice. The mud on the cardboard cutout piranha plants, just the whole thing in general is just beautiful. Well done, Nintendo. You did a good. I mean, you still messed up with including Mario Circuit 3, even if it isn't the last DS one. It's just a waste of time. And finally, Singapore Speedway. Okay, Nintendo, you do realize they're supposed to, like, end these on an impressive one, right? I mean, they ended the first one of Wave 4 with Yoshi's Island, I guess that counts, but I really feel like Singapore Speedway and Waluigi Stadium should have been swapped here. But, I don't know, I'm not Nintendo, I don't know the whole thought process behind this. And that's Wave 4! Can you please stop it with Tour? See, I did a little rhyme there to show how intelligent I am. In all seriousness though, I am getting sick of the number of Tour tracks. Like, I get it. You want more people to play Tour, which, when I think about it, why are you putting Tour tracks in Mario Kart 8 to this extent? Like, you're just giving people more reason not to play it. But anyway, you're trying to promote that game, but just stop. Also, I know that all these tracks are technically from Tour, but shut up. You think we're moving on to the last thing on the 9th of March? No, you're wrong, and you're stupid and ugly. We actually have one more thing to discuss when it comes to Mario Kart, and that's the fact that in the previous trailer, look here, 48 courses, 8 courses to be released at a time, right? You see those? You see those? But just wait, right? Look at the Wave 4 trailer. Wave 1 to 6 has now appeared above 48 courses, and the text at the bottom right, he's gone. He doesn't exist anymore. And this text wasn't just in the previous one, no, it was also in the Wave 2 trailer, which means that they have changed what it says. Now, I'm not one to speculate, but what could this mean? Potentially, it could mean we're in for another Booster Course Pass wave, which would be ridiculous, you know? I mean, it'd be cool, that way more tracks that deserve to be in get in, but it would just be, why, you know? Now, of course, this might not be the case at all. People are kind of jumping to conclusions, but still, maybe. Now, there is one quick thing to note about this, though, and it's the fact that in some versions of the trailer, the text saying all 6 waves will be released by the end of 2023, that's in the bottom left. It is specifically the North America version that lacked that clarification, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Why change stuff up like that? But hey, that's something to note here, that it is just the North American version of the trailer that has this difference. Could be accidental, could be meaning something, I don't fully understand, but yeah, please take that into account with this whole rumor I'm about. Right, last thing in this video, it is that Metroid Fusion is coming to Switch We already knew it'd be coming to Switch, we already knew it'd be part of the Game Boy Advance NSO lineup, but it's coming to Switch on the 9th of March. Like everything else, it's the 9th of March. When this game releases, it means that you're capable of playing every single mainline, or just 2D, whatever you want to say, Metroid, on the Switch. And that is quite magical to me. One of my favorite things about systems is whenever you can get the full experience on just the one. Like with the 3DS, you're able to play all 7 Mario & Luigi games. Don't play the remake of Bowser's Inside Story. Don't play him at all. Until Pikmin 4 releases, you could play all the Pikmin games on the Wii U. It's just so great whenever a system can achieve these things, and now we have the Switch with all of the 2D Metroids, albeit we don't have Zero Mission yet. I'm really hoping that comes to it, as that is a remake of the first game and makes it a whole lot more playable, and we haven't gotten the Samus Returns game on the 3DS here, but yeah, we probably won't. Still better than nothing though. And that's everything. Yep, that's it. That's a Nintendnews. How beautiful. More than likely I'm going to be streaming live whenever the Mario Movie Direct thingamabob comes out. Probably playing some Mario Kart beforehand or afterhand. I don't really know how the time's working with that. I don't know when they're releasing, but yeah, I'll figure it out whenever it happens. If you like this video or want to come back to it, leave a like. You know, just in case we'll say, hey, you were wrong about a Wave 2 of the Boosty Coosty Poosty. Or maybe I was right and you want to applaud me for that. Leave a comment what you thought, what Xbox games you like to see come to the Switch. Do you think they'll run well? That is a trick question, the answer is no. Are you happy or disappointed with the Wave 4 of the Booster Course Pass? Personally, I'm decently happy with it. Waluigi Stadium is great, DK Pass is not one of them, it's DK Summit. I'm sorry, it's 2 things named after Donkey Kong about snowy mountains, which he has no relation to. I'm gonna get them confused. Or maybe you just really like the Lakeside one from Super Circuit. That one looks really nice, I guess. Do you agree with Zelda's pricing? And are you excited to be able to play every single Metroid game, well, excluding remakes, Prime Trilogy? But they can play Prime 1, but not 2 or 3, or 4, because they're still working on that somehow. Subscribe if you've watched a couple of my videos at this point. If you've watched a couple, you clearly enjoy it, or just need background noise. And let me tell you, I'm great at creating that. Alright, bye-bye.